Hey. It's
What's up,
Leah
world?
God. Woo. We got a good podcast for you.
Oh,
Hey,
okay.
we
Okay.
got a song or two. Hey. Look, I made all that up just now. I'm excellent. Oh
You
my
just had
God.
all that energy building up.
Hey, let me tell you, I need this stress reliever after the day I had. Oh my God.
What, work was just crazy?
Work was crazy. That's for sure. I mean, everybody and their mama called today asking questions. I even had one person that, and you know, if you know me, you know I'm the most patient person at my job. Some people call
Yeah.
me an overachiever. But I had one person today that I had to literally be like, ma'am, if you could be quiet and just let me talk for a second and let me get out everything I need to tell you. And then if you have any questions at the end, then feel free to ask. So she's like, oh, okay, I'm sorry. You're right.
That's funny.
I mean,
So she was one of the people that wouldn't let you talk the whole time you trying to explain it to her. She won't shut up.
Yes.
Okay.
That's annoying. I'm trying to get everything out and you're still talking. That gets something.
Yeah.
Come on. Hey, what's up, Arthur? Thank you for joining us. We appreciate you. All right, so let's get into the show. All right, so I tell you
Hit
what,
that music.
I'm about to say, let's play the theme song and we'll get right to it because we got a jam-packed episode for y'all today. Let's get it. What's up, people over in Scoutland?
Here we go. Turn the Tipplers loose on the Monday. Let's make it also fun day. Drinking, talking, laughing, checking out. What the Tipplers are all about.
Drink, sit back and relax. Right here, Monday, 7:30 is where it's at. Tipping the topics. Come on, let's go. Let's dive in. Enjoy the show.
Look, you know it's off.
Huh?
It's off.
Oh, shh. I keep forgetting.
What's up, Nagusa? Uh-oh, Nagusa. You done level up. I see you.
What Medusa doing?
So on Scout, you get certain levels. And he on that level. He on that level 21. He done did something. What's up out there in podcast, in YouTube, on Facebook, and in Scout World? Welcome to Turning the Tipplers Loose. You got a mic?
Huh? You know what? That ain't work.
All I hear is skirt. I'm like, what is going on?
So I was trying to make it so you couldn't see this wire. It looked professional, like I got a good mic on.
No, sir.
But then my shirt just a little too tight for that. It wasn't playing that.
Well, anybody tell you to order medium, okay?
Oh, and look, I got some news for you.
What's the news?
My girlfriend loves my tight shirts, okay?
I'm sure she does.
Just so you know.
I'm sure she would like it with or without, so it doesn't matter. All right, guys, welcome to Turning the Tipplers Loose, where we actually cut up about topics, about our lives, about random shit over drinks. I mean, that's basically what the purpose of our show is. We drink, we have a good time. Me and Roderick haven't been together in like the last 2 weeks, and I'm waiting to crack open this bottle, but that's okay. I understand.
You know what? We could change it up this week.
Okay.
We could do a Thursday show together with the patrons. We haven't done that yet.
So you said a Thursday what now?
The Thursday show we can do together, the Patreon one.
Oh, you know what? We could change that around. Okay, that sounds like the deal. That sounds like a plan. So we'll do a live Patreon show together, and we're gonna taste that whiskey. How about that? Sounds good. All right,
that'll
guys.
be fun.
Yes. So we're doing something new over here to the right. We're doing a live Scout. So guys, if you are watching, thank you so much. If you're listening on any platform or watching, we appreciate you. We thank you. How was your weekend, Roderick?
My weekend was epically awesome. I went down to a lake in which I didn't even know these parts of South Carolina exist. It's crazy how beautiful some parts are. We went to Seneca Seneca, which is past Clemson, if somebody want the location, but we went to the lake on Lake Kiowa, and we got a lake house. So it was awesome. The water was crystal clear. You could see 15 feet down straight into the water. So we spent hours just jumping off the dock into the water. And we took a boat ride down the lake on a platoon. And it was just great. I enjoyed it. All around good times.
All right. So look, so you did some white people ish, huh? That sounds like
I was with my people.
You was with your people?
I was doing somersaults off the top of the dock and all kind of stuff, climbing up the pole.
What? I would have loved to see this. Hey, Teresa. Marlene, that does sound nice. But you're right. Like a lot of people, I think, take for granted South Carolina and how beautiful it is and how we have beautiful lakes. We have beautiful mountains. We have beautiful parks, like state parks, like Barnwell State Park, right down the street from us in Orangeburg. Beautiful state park. Like this is the first state park that I ever saw a literal ranger. I'm like, what?
But see, I've never been to that state park either. Like y'all told me about it when y'all went, but I never knew nothing of it.
It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. So guys, there are things to do during COVID. You don't have to have parties. You don't have to do none of that. You can actually go and enjoy the great outdoors. Go see the pretty place in the upstate. Go do the waterfall tours. See the mountains. Go to Lake Kikiwawa.
Yes, by all means, go to Lake Kikiwawa.
Go to Lake Kikiwawa.
Look, I went jogging through the rich neighborhood like I was a little rich person running around. I was like, okay, this is what I'm talking about.
You get morning jog in the morning too? Oh. Get it now. All right. So, I already got my ice. So real quick, I'm gonna do an introduction of our special guest this week. And her name is Allison Rozzel, and I'll tell you more about her in a minute. But before we introduce her, what are you drinking on tonight?
I'm drinking right now some wine with a little bit of gin in it. And after I finish this one, I'm going to have me some Larceny with a little bit of ginger ale.
So Larceny is a whiskey, right? Or bourbon?
Whiskey.
Okay. I like
Larceny.
Larceny.
Tennessee whiskey. Yeah, Larceny's good. That's one of our favorites we like. It's strong as heck, though. It's like 90 Southern proof.
Love it.
What about you?
So I'm just drinking my old faithful. Since I couldn't crack open my bottle like I thought I was tonight, I am just drinking margarita. So tequila with a little margarita mix. Cheers. All right, guys, y'all over here in Scoutland, take y'all drink out. Thank y'all for the gifts. We appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much. All right. So let's introduce our special guest. And I am so excited about this special guest because you know how I try to do, right? I try to bring different guests on the show that come from different perspectives. Maybe people in our community or others are maybe not familiar with. They have a preconceived notion about the things they do because why? Because we always do that to things that we don't quite understand.
Yeah, and you know, TV will ruin everything.
It's TV will ruin everything up.
It'll make you think something's what it's not. You're like, what? Okay.
That is true. But I'm always a person that's like, look, yeah, I may not adapt something, but I can always expand my mind and respect, what people believe in and what they like to do. I like to know things. You know what I'm saying? So let's get to the introduction. So Allison Rozzel is originally from Chattanooga, Tennessee, and she now resides in Atlanta, Georgia. She is the mother of one amazing son who has left the nest. Woohoo! So she might not be having I'm waiting for my day. She is the daughter of two teachers, with both her mom and her dad being teachers. She said that she would never become a teacher, but the spirit had other plans. Allison is a spiritual liberation coach for Black women 40 and older. Whoop, whoop. Shout out to the 40 and older. She is a certified Reiki Master Healer, intuitive oracle card reader, and podcast host. As a coach, she is essentially following in the footsteps of her parents by being a teacher, but in her own creative way. Yeah. Her spiritual path began in 2014 when her son graduated from high school, and she was left with the thought of, okay, my son is grown. Now what do I do with my life? She began blogging about her journey as an empty nester on a spiritual journey to find herself. From there, she received and accepted her calling to become a coach and healer. Allison is very passionate about seeing Black women become whole and healed by gaining knowledge of self, creating and implementing spiritual practices, rituals, and being Black out loud, gracefully and unapologetically. Guys, I want you to give a big round of applause to our special guest, Allison Rozzel.
Hello.
Yes. Let me tell
Welcome.
So we won't put up your face. Hey. Thank you for joining us. You know what? I'm so excited. This was so great.
I'm excited too. I was like,
before you, I'm glad. I'm really glad. Let me tell you a little bit about, I guess, how I came about meeting you and then my experience with this. So I put out, I believe it was, I don't think it was the podcasting group we met in. Was it SC Matters or was it the podcasting group?
It was the podcasting group.
Uh-oh, we can't hear you. I think you went out. There you go. Okay, I hear you now. Podcasting group. So yeah. I hear you. I hear you now. Okay. So I put out in two different groups, the podcasting group and the SC Matters group, looking for a oracle reader, card reader, whatever. Just blanketed comment. I didn't say I wanted it for myself.
Oh Lord.
Okay. No, really, because I want to put this out here because this is going to be our segue here. So one person in the SC Matters group basically said, hey, I said, anybody know oracle reader or card reader? And it was like 2 or 3 people. God. Right? So I overlooked those things. And I'm like, you know what? Okay, whatever. That's not what I asked for. So after they kept coming, I'm like, am I missing something? Is God personally coming down and reading some cards for me? Or and it ended up being like a religious debate.
Oh, man.
So they actually went back and forth with you in a conversation about, but see, somebody like that would piss me off. It's in general.
That's what I'm saying. For me, I wasn't looking for, like, to me, people interject things that you're not asking for. I can see if I put out something that I was looking for guidance or I was feeling down and out. Of course, it would be, it wouldn't be right if I was looking for something in that nature and you didn't lead me in the direction that you thought was maybe what I needed to hear. But I think they were kind of like totally interjecting and contradicting exactly what I was looking for. So again, okay, so Allison, in that retrospect, what do you say to people that feel that way and they're like, what you're doing, okay, is contradictory, I guess, to the Bible, to God, to whatever beliefs? How do you approach those things?
And are you religious too?
Okay.
Well, I did grow up in the church. Can you all hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay, right. So I did grow up in the church. I grew up Christian, actively in church. But as I got older, I started to realize that just wasn't really enough for me, if you will. I always felt a void as in my relationship with God. So as I got older, as you read my bio and I went on my spiritual journey, I started going more into spirituality and learning about more of what that means. And what really got me was I was taking a class because I was pursuing my degree, my bachelor's degree, which, by the way, I still ain't got. I ain't finished. But we'll talk about that on another time. So I took a class on world religion. And that class absolutely fascinated me because the overarching thing was, it didn't matter what religion that you put out there, most religions believe in God. It's just, it breaks down into a cultural thing more than a quote unquote religious thing. So what I say to people who have doubts or say that I'm not doing something of God or anything like that, I just let them know you have your aligned path and I have my aligned path. I'm not here to convince or convert anybody. You have to come to me if you feel aligned with it. And if you don't feel aligned with it, that's okay too. I still love you. I still will talk to you. I'm a human being. And I just don't, those are very interesting conversations. Thankfully, I don't get into them too often because of the circles that I run in. But when I do, I'm very polite and we just sit and have a dialogue. Now, if you're not going to be a grown up about the dialogue, then I can't talk to you. We're not going to sit and debate and argue and you name call and tell me I'm going to hell and all this kind of stuff.
That's a quick go-to.
It is a quick go-to.
You go to hell. But that's I think we was talking the other day on the on our premium show, got to put it out there. Go pay that money, join our premium show.
Yes, patreon.com. Turn the Tipplers loose.
But that's like an automatic, especially in the South. I can't speak for the North. If we argue or talk about Southern, if you bring up God, you can't argue with people about that. Like that is automatic. You're the bad guy situation. And I'm a Christian, but that's an easy go-to argument.
Yeah,
absolutely. I just feel as though no matter what we believe, I think we're all going towards a common goal, right? To feel better about ourselves, right? To reach a pinnacle of some type of, I guess, epiphany, like, wow, we have purpose, right? We're here for a reason. We want to complete a goal. We want to be a better version of ourselves. And I'm always the person that says, whatever you need to do to get there, as long as you're not hurting anyone, you see what I'm saying? Or, to that point, do what works for you, because everything does not work the same for everyone. And that goes with beyond religion. It goes about certain foods. Like you may eat a certain food and I may eat a certain food, and the reaction to it for me is different.
Now, certain foods are nasty. Like people, I can't trust the person to eat beets. Can't do it. You put that beet in your mouth and you like the way it tastes.
I mean,
that's some issues.
Can they juice them? Can they juice them? If they juice them, is that okay?
No matter what they juice them with.
So,
but it's no reason to juice a beet. Why juice a beet? Just throw it in the trash.
I love beets. They're my favorite.
I'll juice them. I won't eat them.
So Nagusa says, when that happened to me, I just grew without them. So he's saying, like, if he ever, I guess, came, in contact with someone that just was argumentative, talked about the religion, and just try to kind of like diss him, so to speak, he just kept growing. And sometimes you have to do that. You just have to do what works for you. A lot of people, right? When a lot of people, when I talk about what my beliefs are, they automatically shut down because some people feel like it's just going to jump on them like some kind of disease or something. And
the funny thing is, I have ministers in my family. 2 of my aunts on my father's side are ministers. And then I have a cousin on my father's side who's also a minister. And you know what? They love and accept me just as I am. They know what I'm doing. They support me and love me. So as long as I have their love and support, that's all that matters to me. A stranger's opinion means nothing.
Author said, some people are cuckoo drama queens. They'll never be happy.
You got that right.
But that's just in life in general. People gonna find something to be upset about.
Absolutely. Yeah. Another viewer here on Scout says Christianity is restrictive when it comes to open-minded thinking.
It can be.
I was having a really good conversation. I call them debates. Some people call it arguments if you heard it from the outside. With one of my really good buddies today, and pretty much from the argument, he's really religious, that a gay person automatically is bad no matter what. And I was trying to, he's not being hateful towards, but within his religion, his aspect is they're bad, they're wrong. They are what's the word he used from the Bible? I think it was abomination.
Mm-hmm.
So so it was very interesting having a discussion with him, and I'm like, I'm like, men wrote the Bible. I don't quite agree with everything within the Bible. I don't think God would create something and call it abomination, call it hateful.
Right.
It's the free will you have. But we was gonna add it back and forth about this situation, but in his mind, they're just bad. They're going to hell.
But who among us is perfect? Like, if that's the case, then we all abomination.
Exactly.
But everyone sins.
And did you ask him, does he eat shellfish?
I don't know personally, but I'm sure he does.
Exactly.
Well, I'm sure he does.
Oh gosh.
I'm just saying.
All right, so Allison,
them shrimps and all that.
Right. All right. So we're going to talk about two of the things, I guess, that you are proficient in. I know you're probably proficient in like way more, but the two things are Reiki and then the oracle reading. I want you to just kind of briefly describe what Reiki is. Then we'll get into the oracle reading, and then maybe you can do something fun with us with your reading live so people can kind of get a taste. If you guys have any questions for her, just put them in the chat box and we'll get to it. So Reiki, explain that to us.
Okay, so Reiki is an energy healing technique that you can do either hands-on or hands-off. Basically, all it is you're guiding the energy from a person's body through their body to open them up for relaxation. It's really good to help people to relax, to relieve tension. If you've been having a lot of nightmares or restless sleep, if you are mourning and you just want to help kind of relieve that. So Reiki can do all kinds of things to help you, and it can help with physical pain when you move that energy through the body. And all I'm doing as the vessel is I'm guiding the energy through the energy centers of your body and going through from head to toe and guiding that energy so that the good energy can stay and the bad can get out.
Absolutely. Okay. I took some classes for Reiki online and started kind of practicing. So I love Reiki. I have not done it in a while because in our area, our demographic, they're not really into Reiki. Plus, I like to drink. So,
you can't do it drunk.
Exactly. So, like if you know that's what you're doing, you have to kind of be, cleanse your body for a certain amount of time. Right. But I felt like Reiki was awesome. And the reason why I said it is because I remember growing up, like my mom said, like she would touch a part of my body, right? Like let's say I was in pain, I was hurting or whatever. She would touch a part of my body and just like sit quietly and focus. And then like next thing you know, it almost seemed like that pain went away. Like she was doing Reiki without even knowing that she did Reiki. I've had people cry emotionally because you're like you said, you're hovering, you're touching, you're doing whatever they're comfortable with. And it's like it's pulling something out of them that they didn't even know that was in them that needed to come out. If you have never had a Reiki session, I guarantee if you have one, it's life changing. Like you'll never be the same.
You never will. It's
what culture does it come from?
I'm sorry?
What culture does it come from?
It comes from Japanese culture, but I'll be honest, every culture has its own form of Reiki. And, even in the Bible, for the Bible people, it says there's nothing new under the sun. So, and then I have to say this because, it's what I do. We as Black people, if we would embrace more of our African spirituality, we will find that we as the original people are the creators of so many things that are used today by other cultures. It's an adaptation. Every culture does their own adaptation of these different practices? Why do you think you have more than one way of doing yoga? You have Kemetic yoga, you have Kundalini, I think it's called. You have just all these different types of yoga. So all of them, they're just adaptations of one thing.
And if you think about it, even because trust me, I've been knee deep in Christianity. You know how they lay hands on you. You know, some
Exactly. Exactly. Thank you for bringing that up. Thank you for bringing that up.
Okay.
And then, you know, something else I thought about. You know, and I'm dating myself because, of course, I already told y'all I work women over 40 because I'm over 40. But if you remember the Karate Kid, and where Mr. Miyagi would do the little things on Daniel's son, and that would heal him. Or if you ever watched the movie, because I love the movie, Little Orphan Annie, when the black guy would come and do his little hand things over the guy's knees and heal him, you know, that stuff is real. You know, sure, Hollywood entertains it up, but that stuff is real. And I really want to make this point real quick because you guys were talking about how TV sometimes can mess things up in people's perspective. That's how I feel when it comes to African spirituality. If you go back in time and you look at some of these older Hollywood movies, every evil thing was always some African witch doctor. You know, he was always like super dark and really mysterious and evil and conjuring up all these evil spirits that have voodoo dolls where you're sticking pins and all this other stuff. So that kind of gets put in people's minds, and that's where some of the negative thoughts towards spirituality can come from as well. So I just wanted to make that point.
So someone asked a question in the chat box here. Is it similar to cognitive therapy?
I don't know. I don't know. I've never had cognitive therapy, so I don't know.
I'm going to look it up.
I don't know that one either.
Yeah.
Because
let's consult the Google machine.
Yeah.
Can Google.
I've never had cognitive therapy either.
I thought you were about to say something else. You never had That's all I heard.
No. Don't act
I was like, really? I was like, really now?
I know. So cognitive therapy focuses on present thinking, behavior, and communication rather than on past experiences, and is oriented towards problem solving. Cognitive therapy has been applied to a broad range of problems, including depression, anxiety, panic, fears, eating disorders. You can
call that living in the moment.
But I don't think it's cognitive therapy because Reiki deals more with like energies and with chakras. You know, certain parts of your body kind of represent certain things to help you become more grounded, more loving, more whatever. And normally you do a consultation kind of before you do it and kind of say, okay, what's your goals? What are you trying to do? And then that Reiki practitioner focuses on those chakras or areas that will help you release whatever is blocking those chakras or those energy points, I guess, to kind of simplify it.
Yes.
So
absolutely.
Go ahead.
So
go ahead.
I would just say it sounds like almost like was it acupuncture? Not acupuncture. I can't.
Well, I guess maybe in a way.
It's somewhere in that. It's somewhere in those practices. It's another healing modality. Because again, with Reiki, you can do hands-on or hands-off. Now, me, I do hands-off. So I'm guiding the energy. I never touch you. And I'm guiding your energy. And I find that I can feel your energy actually better when I don't touch you. Because I can start to feel certain parts of your body when I do certain symbols where like I can get right here in your heart chakra area. And especially for a lot of women, I'll start feeling tension right there. And sometimes I'll feel sensation like in the other hand that I'm not using, my hand will start hurting. or my foot will go numb or something like that. And that lets me know, okay, something's going on in this area and I need to address it.
Right. It's like you feel it. It's more with energies, Clarice, like you would prefer someone to not really have like thoughts necessarily in that process. You want them to really just relax and kind of empty their mind, so to speak, and kind of just go with the flow, so that, like she said, like it's more of a feeling, I think, more than a thought.
And you're actually going into a meditative state while you're receiving Reiki. You're meditating. So what I'm doing as I'm directing this energy, I'm talking to you. I'm telling you, I'm like, take a deep breath here. And it's making you very aware of your body. And that's the beauty of Reiki. It makes you very aware of your body. When you're receiving Reiki, I'm drawing you to not focus on what you had for dinner the other day, not who pissed you off at work earlier or anything like that. No, focus on you for a change. Get into your breath. Follow the rhythm of your heartbeat and your breath. Feel how they work in harmony together without you even having to think about it.
Right.
Listen to how your breathing patterns are. Feel, the sensations that are flowing through your body. Somebody said they do distant Reiki. I do too. So it's really more of guiding the energy through your body and making you aware of your body. And, sometimes I've had it where I've given someone a session, just like when I was saying with the heart chakra, I'm not even telling them that I'm right here because, their eyes are closed and covered. And I'll ask them, like, do you feel that right there? And they'll be like, yeah, my chest feels really heavy. And then I'll know, that I need to do that.
Gotcha. So, oracle reading. So, explain to us a little bit about oracle reading. And I am so excited to actually see how this is going to go. I'm not sure how you want to do it, whether you want to do me and Roderick like as a collective, as friends, as tipplers, or if you, because I know in the email you said you maybe want to do one as a whole for the audience, but it's up to you. I would love, like, if you could read me and Roger, that'd be awesome. Yeah, so tell us a little bit about oracle reading.
Okay, so oracle readings, what you had posted in the group, and it was such a, it was so funny that you posted that in the group. You said, does anybody know, or is anybody a tarot reader?
Right, okay.
And so then I said, no, I don't read tarot, but I am an oracle card reader. And what I was expecting, see, this is me assuming, I was expecting to say, no, I really want somebody to read tarot, because some people look at oracle card readings as kind of like the Diet Coke of tarot readings.
Okay.
And they're not. They are.
I would prefer an oracle reading versus a tarot reading, to be quite honest. Okay. I think it's more relatable. I think
y'all have to explain the difference. What's the difference between them?
Go ahead. I'm gonna let her go. But yeah, I think it's more relatable, and to me, it can be more on the positive side of it to me, rather than like stating things that are going to happen negatively. But go ahead.
Yeah, a tarot reading, both of them, again, we're in the realm of energy. Both of them are going to go based on the energy of that person. Oracle cards, do tend to be a little more positive. Tarot can be positive as well. It's going to depend on the reading. I'm not a tarot reading because tarot doesn't speak to me. But with tarot cards are very like do. It's a structure to it. So they have 78 cards, and then there are 4 suites. It's just like playing cards. Like in the playing cards, you have spades, clubs, hearts, diamonds. Tarot cards are just like that, except I forgot what their suite names are. Oracle cards, it's a little more flexibility. So with the oracle card, you can do a reading of any kind. And like you said, it's a little bit more on the positive side. And I don't know. I tend to just have a lot of fun when I do oracle card readings. Tarot cards, I've seen readers who have a little bit of fun, but I think we oracle people, we have a little bit more. I don't know.
I believe that. I believe that. So I dabbled in oracle cards just a little bit. I do have some.
Ooh.
Exactly. Like for me, I'm so open to a lot of different things. Like I'm totally open to things. Like I don't know. I don't know if it's based on where I came from or the experiences that I've had. I think it's probably a combination of both.
Can be.
To where I'm just not closed off to things, and I'll try something. If it's not for me, that's fine. If it is, that's cool. Some things stuck, some things didn't. But I think a lot of times people are like just one kind. Well, no, I don't want to say that. I think it's more like a horse with blinders.
Yeah.
Yes.
Where it's like you're not looking any other way, but just seeing this. And sometimes you can miss out on things when you're not absorbing what's around you. Now, that doesn't mean you have to follow it. That does not mean you have to follow it. That does not mean you have to adapt to it. That does not mean you have to start doing it. But I think that you open yourself up to being more knowledgeable about things when you do that.
Yes.
It's almost like you chip away a part of your judgment and negativity every time. I'm all about people doing what works for them. That is my whole motto. Because how can we expect, and I'm just going to throw this in here, I'm going to let you do your reading. How can we expect people to be empathetic about Black people's plight, women's plight, gay and lesbian plight, whatever we want to throw out there, because everybody got their cause and what they want to go is important. But we can't be understanding about other people's journeys, what they're going through, and what they believe in. You can't be that way. You have to respect each person's journey and what they're trying to put out there and what they're trying to, promote for the well-being of people. That's just my policy. I don't judge. I listen. I'm like, hey, and that's why I love this show. I feel like we can touch an audience that maybe have never heard of Reiki, that's maybe never heard of oracle reading, or maybe have had a negative connotation about those things. And now they can see, oh, Allison's pretty cool. Oh, and even if they don't go out and run and get a Reiki session or get an oracle, at least they can understand it more, so they won't be ignorant to things that are going on around them in the world.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
So, well said.
I am ready. What are we going to do?
Okay, so what I can do is I can pull a card for you, and I can pull a card for you, and I'll do one that's as a collective for everybody.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Okay. Sounds like a plan. Look, I better have the better cards.
Okay, so what you have to do is set your intention of what you want to know. Do you want a card for inspiration, motivation? Are you needing confirmation of something? Now, let me be clear. When you are doing or receiving an oracle card reading, you do not ask the cards anything that gives you a yes or no, because they can't answer a yes or no question. It has to be specific. So you can't say, am I going to get the job that I applied for? That's a yes or no. What you can say is, what do I need to do in order to get myself ready for this job, this position, or whatever? So think about, what is it that you need confirmation of? If you want something inspirational, motivational, whatever, and I'll pull based off of that.
All right, so who's first?
I'll go first.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to show you the deck that I'm using. This is, I don't know if you can see it.
Oh, I can see it. Yep.
We're good. Matter of fact, this one I'm going to do Look, they said I can do something funny on this thing, but we gonna see. we gonna try to see if we can make it.
There we go.
Bigger.
All right.
You ready?
Look, you get the big screen.
So these are Spirit Animal Oracle deck. This is one of my favorite decks because I'm very much into animals bringing us the medicine that we need. Because sometimes it's like you'll be driving and you'll see some random like animal that you rarely see, but all of a sudden it goes in front of your car. Well, that animal probably has a message for you. So you have to kind of be open to that. Or if you've ever had where a butterfly is flying around you and it's flying around you often, won't go away, that butterfly probably has something to tell you.
How
or
about
spiders? Somebody. Spiders
Spiders.
are really good medicine. Spiders are really good medicine. So
I'm killing them
doesn't
all.
mean that you eat the spider. That means that the spider is there for you. So let me go ahead and get myself together here for Oracle cards.
All right.
And I haven't pulled from these in a while, so I'm gonna shuffle them here.
I got your questions, guys. As soon as she finishes her thing, we'll go back to it.
Okay. So, and you said your name is Roderick?
Yep.
All right, Mr. Roderick. You can give me a number between 1 and 13.
8.
Ooh, you chose 8, the infinity. I love 8. That is my number. Why? Because I was born in August, and so 8 is awesome to me.
Wow.
Our producer was born August 15th. I think.
Oh, you're right.
Right?
Okay, so I have the cards. I've shuffled them 8 times. My question to you is, do you want me to split them, or do you want me to pick from the top, the bottom?
Pick from the top.
Pick from the top. Okay. You, sir, have the ant spirit. And the message is time to collaborate. So what this means is there is something that you may be thinking about working on, or you've been presented with an opportunity and you were questioned as to whether or not this is something that is for you. So this is giving you the information to let you know that it is time to collaborate. It's time to co-create and go forth with whatever it is that this other person has presented with you, because it looks like you're getting a green light to do it. Does that resonate with you at all?
Get your hand off your mouth, Leah.
This is my brother. This is like my ace. Like, as soon as you was reading that, I'm like, first thing that came to my mind, and I think you know what I'm laughing at. I was like, okay. But yes, he can tell you. Did that resonate with you, Rod?
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit?
No, he mean a lot. No, he mean a lot.
Oh, yeah, that definitely resonates.
Okay, because I mean, if you think about an ant, we all see ants, they work together. They are building things together. They're more powerful when there are more than one. So this is something, apparently, it could be something that's pretty big for you that, you know, was a big decision that maybe you just was like, I don't know, let me just see. And this is just saying, yeah, go for it.
Okay.
All right.
Get on there, Leah. Get on there off me.
I'll get out of your business. I'll get out of your business.
He like, get
all
on.
right, ma'am. It's your turn. Give me a number between 1 and 13.
I'm gonna say 4.
4? Okay. All right. And do you want top, bottom, or split it?
Split it.
You would.
That's all right. Because that's her business. All right, ma'am. So you got turkey spirit.
No, shut up.
and, and turkey, as we know, we always think about Thanksgiving for the turkey. But it says give with gratitude and grace. Give with gratitude and grace. So when I get this card, I usually think about we're blessed to be a blessing. So it may be that someone is coming to you or has come to you and they may want something or may need you to do something, but you give with gratitude and grace because you're in the position to do it. And if you've been called to give this, and this gift of whatever that you're giving, it's not always money. It could be your time. It could be something that is a talent within you, that you maybe you're even answering a calling of some sort. But as you're doing this, make sure that you are giving gratitude and grace to people who are coming to you with that. Does that resonate at all?
It really does. Because that's really how I try to live my life. You know what I'm saying? And I'm literally about to like tear up because like that's me. You know, I'm always thankful for people in whatever they do because you really don't have to do these things. Even for you to reach out to us, a little lowly podcast, a little lowly webcast, and say, you know what? I'm going to come on here and I'm going to do this for you. Like, you don't have to. You didn't have to. Because some people sometimes are looking for something bigger and something better. And so for you to say, hey, it's something that made you say, hey, this is what I am. Even though you said this earlier, even though that's not what I asked for. Something called out to you to say, hey, this is what I do. And even though you felt like I was going to be like, I don't want it, something made me say, hey, that's great. Let me get in contact with you. So I think everything is purpose. Absolutely. I'm very grateful for whatever comes my way. If someone does something for me, if you grace us with your presence on this podcast, anything, I am always thankful and always grateful for it. So no, that honestly, that is like, and the producers right here, that's my motto for life.
I agree. That's what I was thinking when you said that, as soon as she says, like, that's really how you have started your journey. Maybe like 2 years ago, you started changing and putting yourself first and positive energy. And so that really does speak to your character. I mean, who you are, who you're trying to transform yourself to.
Yep. So that was on point.
Beautiful. Yay.
Yes.
Now do us both.
I'm sorry.
do the tipplers.
Well, what I'm going to do is basically for the collective, so it's for you guys as well as the audience.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Hold on. So hold on. Well, can you take a pause? No, just answer the questions. Go ahead. You sure?
No, go ahead. I'm good.
Okay, so let me scroll back up. Someone said something about birds. They have an owl, and the owl visits them often.
Well, owls represent wisdom. So that owl means that either this person that is very wise, or there is maybe an ancestor or spirit guide or someone that's trying to show up to impart wisdom. So what they may want to do is just open their mind and their heart and just ask God, okay, I'm ready to receive that message.
Okay. And then somebody else said birds are always singing to them.
Birds are always singing. Well, I don't profess to be a spirit animal expert.
Right.
I guess it just depends on the bird, the type of bird. But I mean, birds from my understanding, can be pretty powerful because, I mean, they soar above the clouds, and I don't know. I guess I would need to know what kind of bird it is that's singing.
And yes, Tasha, I know you are my cousin. Yes. Look, I just say someone because I actually just put it up on the screen. Oh, that is super.
Lord.
So we got some people over here in Scout too. Welcome, guys. Thank you. Latina BBW says she needs a reading. So she's going to do a collective reading for everyone. So hopefully, Latina, that applies to you as well. If it doesn't,
book one if you want to book one now.
That's what I'm about to say. If it doesn't, at the end of this webcast, she will shout out all her info, how you can contact her, how much a reading is, all that good stuff. We want to know because I might want another one. You never know.
Yeah, me too. How many cards you do in your readings?
Well, if I do what I call a simple reading, which is what I'm about to do for the collective. So if I do it for you, and since I'm on the show, typically I pull 3 cards. But since I'm on the show, if you mention that you heard me on the show, I'll do 6 cards instead of just 3. And that way that is very thorough and it gives you confirmation on top of confirmation. And yeah.
So guys, remember, if you mention the Tipplers, instead of 3 cards, you're going to get 6. That's how bad the Tipplers is.
That's what the Tipplers are all about.
Yes. We appreciate you, Allison.
Oh, it is my pleasure. I am having so much fun with y'all. I love it.
So Latina BBW says she needs to know about a loved one, but this should help her, right? And apply to kind of the collective, correct?
It should. What you do is you take the parts of the reading that resonate with you most and you apply them.
Okay.
So I'm going to break down what this reading is. So it's a simple 3-card reading. I'm sorry?
Arthur ain't playing.
Arthur said, what's your cash app?
Okay. I just changed my name. Let me look on here because I just changed it. So it's AK Roz.
AK
Roz. Okay. I like that.
AK Roz.
I like that black out loud you said earlier. Which I guess you wrote in your bio. Black out loud.
And I'm
like
wearing my Ankh earrings to be black out loud.
Yes. So is it 2 Z's or 1 Z?
It's 2 Z's.
So AKROZZ.
Yes.
There you go. I'm putting it in the room for you. All right.
Okay, y'all. So this is a 3-card reading. This is a simple reading. So it's 3 questions that we're going to answer. So with this reading, we want to know, well, the first one is, what do we need to know? So what is it that Spirit wants us to know right now?
Okay.
The second card is, what do we need to do? So if you know what you know, what do you need to do about it? Because you can't know something and not put something in action. So what do I need to do? And then the third card is, what do I need to release? So what is a block that's going to keep me possibly from doing what I need to do and knowing what I need to know? Does that make sense?
Yes.
All right. So all hearts and minds clear. Took you back to church. Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Don't give her a panic attack now.
Don't. All right. I think that's good. Okay. For the good of all involved, everyone's highest good. All right. So what do we need to know? Okay. So this is Seahorse Spirit. Watch and wait. Watch and wait. So if it's telling us that we need to watch and wait, so it's telling you observe what's going on, but don't act on it right now. Wait a minute. So this is what you need to know. Okay. So what do we need to do? Okay, so let me see something. I love this. Sandpiper spirit. Here's a bird for you. Sandpiper. Be playful. We as adults don't make enough time for play. We are so serious and so hyper focused on everything, every moment. We're bombarded with all these messages all day long. Bad news is all around us. But you know what? Spirit is saying, you know what? Take a time, sit back, watch, wait, and be playful. Let this be a dedicated time where you play games. If you have children, play with your children, your grandchildren. Do a game night with your friends. Get on Zoom and do a Zoom game night, something. Or do something nostalgic where, as a kid that you used to do, go outside and get some sidewalk chalk and do some hopscotch or play jacks or something like that. But do something playful. So what do we need to release?
I'm ready for that one.
Everything's from the top. Okay, so this is a scarab beetle spirit. And it says, magic works through you. Magic works through you. So, when you say magic works through you, we all are endowed with gifts. And what often time that happens is we don't tap into those gifts. And those gifts, our purpose, our passion, actually is supposed to not just be the things that make us money, but it's also supposed to bring us joy so we can be playful. But if you don't watch and wait, you won't get the information that you need so that you can know what magic is working through you right now. So this is a time for you to not be so hyper focused, to sit still, but while you're sitting still, tap into that inner child and let the inner child out. Because when we were kids, that's when you had the imagination to say, oh, I want to grow up. I want to be a doctor. I want to be a cowboy or a magician or anything like that. And somewhere along the line, as we grew up, we stopped believing in magic. We stopped imagining what we could be and the possibilities. We started telling ourselves no because we were told no a lot of no, you can't do that. That's not going to make you any money. You got to go when you grow up, go get you a good government job and all those things. So now we're being called back because now we're in this moment of sacred surrender called COVID. It's time to watch and wait, have some fun with ourselves, and unleash our magic onto the world because the world is waiting for you.
I love it. Thank you. That was awesome. Oh, you got some hearts over here flying. So, Allison, I want to give you the opportunity to say what you want to say and also let people know how to get in contact with you.
Well, if you go to any of my social media, I'm on Facebook as well as I was about to say LinkedIn. I am not on LinkedIn no more. I got off that boring site. Instagram, and I'm Allison Rozzel everywhere. So if you go on Instagram, put in my name, Allison Rozzel, I'm right there. You can go into my bio, click on the link tree, and you can pick if you want to book a reading with me, if you want to book a Reiki session, or you just want to do like a free 30-minute call to see if maybe coaching might be for you. Keeping in mind that I work with Black women over 40. That is my niche. That is my soulmate tribe. And also, if you want to listen to my podcast to get a little inspiration, it is on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and on YouTube. And it is called The Sacred Pathway to Liberated Black Womanhood. So that's how you can reach me.
All right. I kind of put all this stuff, copied and paste.
Yay.
Wendy said you are very good. She appreciates you.
Oh, thank you.
Nagusa said being able to grasp and comprehend is what is obscure. So his is discernment, he said. I guess it was something you said earlier. Being able to grasp and comprehend what is obscure. Not sure what he was associated, but something he associated with what you were saying.
Okay, I'll take it.
Absolutely. That's his gift.
Look,
that's his gift, he said. Being able to grasp and comprehend what is obscure. Okay. I'm winning.
I've enjoyed this. This has definitely been the most inspirational show we've ever done.
That is true. So Rod, I know how Rod is. What were your preconceived notions when you came in?
How can I phrase it without being my normal self? I won't say I'm in a box. I'm just not really. I don't believe in many things. I'm not one of the people that believe things. I'm a science guy. So I'm like facts on facts. I need gravity. I know oxygen exists. I'm not really into reading and these things per se like this, but I did enjoy it. And you did, from your reading you gave me, I did take something from that. So I enjoyed it, but I'm not into believing in things like that in general. Aaliyah would say I'm closed-minded. I'm not closed-minded in my opinion.
I wouldn't call you closed-minded. I wouldn't call you that. I wouldn't call you closed-minded. I think you are very open-minded.
Oh, no, thank you. But yeah, when I came in, I just thought it was going to be a more of a those old Christian, those people that speak to your dead family member and say these things to lead you into it. That's what the more about less I was expecting.
You thought I was gonna be like Miss Cleo from back in the day.
Call me now.
Call me now. He is the baby's father.
Which I would enjoy that too.
And you would have laughed. Look, exactly. He would have laughed all the way through the podcast. He would have been like,
It's a good thing I did not wear my turban.
Oh yes, that would have started off right there.
Oh my gosh.
I've been sending private messages the whole time to people.
Okay, after this podcast, we would have been on here. Leah, why you bring that fool on here?
I'd like you should have got God if that's what we was gonna do.
Oh my
but yeah, you actually was very inspirational.
Or something just to mess with him though.
That would have been so good.
But but like I said, it was very inspirational. I won't say also now I believe in card readings, but I believe in your positive energy and you give good vibes and good feelings, and I would enjoy that. So I could see a Reiki experience being good with you just because you're good energy that you give off would push negative energy out of it.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Yep. So the people over here on Scout are saying they enjoyed your reading too. So we appreciate you, Allison, like to the fullest.
Thank you all. Give thanks. Give thanks. Yay.
Absolutely. So I want to just say a couple of things, and we're gonna dance out to our, our theme song. We always get our guests to dance out with us. But guys, please support us. Like, if you like our content, you love our content, you love the things that we bring to you, please support us. You can do it in several ways. First of all, just by being here and watching and sharing. That is one way of supporting. So we appreciate that. The second way, you can actually go to our website, www.turningthetiplersloose.com, and you can buy some paraphernalia from us, some t-shirts. You can buy
we got tights, phone cases, all types of shirts. I mean, because this liquor ain't cheap.
That's true. And also, another way you can support us is going to our Patreon page, www.patreon.com/Tipplers Loose. And the reason why you have to type in the whole thing is because the content is for 18 plus. You will not find us if you just go to Patreon and search for us. You have to type in the whole web address. But if you just go to turningthetiplersloose.com, all of our links are on the top to our podcast, to our online store, and to our Patreon website. So guys, support us. Thank you so much for those that already support us on Patreon. We do a live Zoom every Thursday. We do what we call Tipplers Uncut every Thursday at 8:30.
And it is raunchy. It is raunchy. It is nasty. It is opinionated. It is dirty. It's gritty.
It's grown folk.
Grown folks business. That's what I'm saying. Grown folks business. So guys, if you want to have a sneak peek at that, just go to Patreon and subscribe for as little as $5 a month. Again, Allison, thank you so much. People are saying great things about you on all our platforms. We appreciate you. And we are going to play this theme song.
And we got to do a shout out to Black Panther. Chad Baldwin died. Very sad news. Can't leave that out.
Yes. So let's just say this real quick. Chadwick Boseman. Honestly, this death hit me very close. And several reasons why. And I'm going to say my reasons and you guys can say whatever. First of all, he did some great movies and biopics. He played a great James Brown. He played a great Jackie Robinson. He did a couple other movies that were great too. But
he did Thurgood Marshall too.
Thurgood Marshall. But the one that stood out for me personally was basically Black Panther. And the reason why I say it did, even though it was a fictional character, yes, it was Marvel, yes, it was whatever it was, but it helped us see ourselves in a different light. It helped us see ourselves on screen, to be proud of being Black, to be proud of our heritage. It had our children being proud to wear a kente cloth and say, I'm Black and I'm proud. It had us going to movies dressing like we were Trekkies, like we were, what's the other one? Harry Potter fans, whatever they call them people.
Oh yeah, we was cosplaying pretty much.
We were cosplaying. Yeah. We went out cosplay. Our best kente cloth. So, and then not only that, Chadwick Boseman was a good person in real life. He did. Yeah. He supported great causes. Even through his cancer diagnosis, he visited cancer patients, like kids and everything. So it would. I'm glad you brought that up, Roger. It would be a tragedy if we did not. And then he's a South Carolinian at that.
South Carolinian, and the biggest thing, backing off what you said, he did all that. Hit that pop culture level at top and did it graciously, and was
absolutely.
He never made, I won't say Black people look bad, but he never made us look bad. He stepped to that mantle to play that role that knew to get all this attention, and he did it graciously. Sucks.
Absolutely,
cancer sucks.
Absolutely, cancer does suck. I have my father right now that's going through lung cancer. So cancer is real. Cancer is a real thing. And we need to be supportive of those that are going through, being inspirational to them, not helping them focus on their diagnosis, but focus on their healing, because the brain does a lot. The brain will make you feel like, I can feel right now something's wrong with me and feel sick. Because
just like COVID. Me and you both went through our COVID anxiety. Like, oh God, I got to go.
Like, oh my
I can't
God,
breathe. I can't breathe. Oh. ain't got no fever, no chills, but I can't breathe. Okay.
Look, I kept taking my temperature with my little temperature thing. I'm like,
I wasn't going out the house. I was like, I might got COVID. Y'all can't leave right now. I'm gonna stay right here. Oh, but you right. The brain will do the craziest things.
Absolutely. So, guys, y'all keep y'all head up. Rest in peace to Chadwick Boseman. Prayers for his family. Sending good vibes to his family, his friends, and everybody that's affected. Because when someone dies of that stature, a lot of people say, "Oh, he was just a movie star. He was just this." But no, he had an impact on people. Exactly.
Yeah, I spent probably 20 hours of my life watching movies he was in.
Absolutely.
Now I'm like, and it might sound selfish. People might take offense to it, but I'm like, no Black Panther 2 now? And that sucks. I'm looking forward to Black Panther 2.
What? It can be a Black Panther 2 now. Let's just talk about this real quick. So I heard that they've already kind of shot some footage, but if they didn't, from what I was reading in my research, in the character Black Panther dies anyway, and his sister takes over as Black Panther.
I don't think that'd be right.
It would be right. It's in the comics.
That would be so. You're right. You can't let. But
bye. End the show.
How am I sexist? I mean, really, can a man dating a woman be sexist?
Yes.
Oh my God.
No, they can't. See, now we get on our stuff now, Allison. See, you just stuck around too long. Now you know how you Black women are.
That's just like somebody saying, "Well, I have a biracial child, so I can't be racist." Yes, you can.
No, no. See that's what a different color people do. Black.
Don't even do us like that.
In the Black community, women are the leaders of the family. So a Black man can't say a Black man is sexist and be met with a Black woman.
Yes, they
is. Y'all leave. Y'all leave. We just follow y'all.
The worst thing a man can say to me is, "Oh, well, y'all women do this and y'all women do that. Don't put me in a box."
Yeah.
Okay, I'm original. Okay, thank you very much.
Who? I didn't put you in a box. I said y'all the leaders of the black families. That's not putting me in a box.
I'm just talking about in general.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now other races can. Like white families are mostly the man controls everything. Woman can make the most money, the man controller. Asian cultures like that. But the Black culture, usually the woman controls everything. And the man just
no, not Asian culture.
Eat bologna sandwiches.
Which one? Because some like Chinese women, they not docile. Don't get it twisted. They might show that on TV, but no.
Thank y'all for joining us. Let's jam, y'all.
You gotta do it, Leah. I can't rap it.
On a Monday, let's make it so fun day. Drinking, talking, laughing, tripping out. That's what the Tipplers are all about. Pour your drink, sit back and relax. Right here, Monday, 7:30 is where it's at. The topics. Come on, let's go. Let's dive in. Enjoy the show.
Thank y'all for joining us.
We turned the Tipplers loose.
Thank you for Allison Rozzel. She gave us an awesome reading.
Indeed.
Look back in the comments if y'all want to reach her. Thank y'all in podcast land. Thank y'all in YouTube land. Thank y'all in Periscope land. Thank you in Scout land. All the
That's a lot of lands. That's a lot of lands.
Bye. See y'all later.
Deuces.